Hi, this is John Zombro with The Lifetime Athlete. This video is all about the sauna experiments I did over the 2019-2020 winter season. I'd like to share some of those things with you. I think by now we've all heard or read the benefits of regular sauna use, and that includes many things such as a reduction in the risk of cardiovascular disease, an extension of longevity, an improvement in aerobic fitness, as well as the ability to detoxify or remove toxins such as heavy metals from our bodies. So all those things were benefits that I was going after, and I wanted to compare three different setups. First of all was a traditional Finnish dry sauna, very hot at about 215 degrees. I actually couldn't take it for 30 minutes straight, so what I had to do with that sauna exposure was do 3 times 10 minutes with short breaks to cool off. Next up, I did an infrared sauna exposure for 30 minutes continuous with the temperature running at about 135 degrees, but the primary heating effect coming from the infrared rays more so than the ambient temperature. And the last thing I did was I managed to acquire a classic sauna suit. In other words, the vinyl suit that I wore over 2 sweatsuits, and I did a workout in a 70-degree room, which was a 30-minute circuit-style workout. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off of body weight squats, push-ups, and then jumping jacks. And so I did each of those 3 conditions 4 times over the winter, and I compared my results. I tried to look at several things. First of all, I examined weight loss or sweat loss by doing a body weight measure before and immediately after each of the conditions. I looked at heart rate immediately after stepping out of the saunas or completing the workout. And I also looked at body temperature. And I'm going to show you my results in kind of a table form on the whiteboard so that you can see what happened. And also I think that you'll find some of these outcomes interesting and perhaps useful for your own health, wellness, and performance measures. Okay, so now we're at the whiteboard and I can share with you my results from this experiment. There were 4 trials of each of the 3 conditions, so there were 12 episodes that I conducted over approximately a 3-month period. I did the traditional sauna at 215 degrees, and that was for 3 times 10 minutes with a very short break of about 2 minutes to step outside and cool off in between the exposures because it was so hot. I used the infrared sauna, which ran at about 135 degrees continuously for 30 minutes, and the circuit workout, which I performed in the classic sauna suit. See if I can hold this up to the camera so that you can appreciate indeed that it was the classic sauna suit. Taking it back to the 70s, that required about 30 minutes, so there were those 3 exercises, which were the body weight squat, the jumping jacks, and the push-ups, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds rest. My findings were very interesting. First of all, I looked at data for temperature, temperature change, for weight decrease, and for heart rate, and that was tested immediately post-exposure. So first of all, let's look at the results from the traditional sauna at 215 degrees. Subjectively, I would say this was the most powerful feeling by far, and it's just an amazing experience to take a sauna like that, to take several of them in fact, and then to have this after effect of sense of relaxation. It's quite amazing. This one yielded the highest increase in body temperature, an average of 101.8 degrees, which was a 3.2 degree average increase in body temperature. I lost 2.2 pounds in sweat loss, and my heart rate at the end of the final session was 135 beats per minute. Now, when I compare that to the results that I achieved with the infrared sauna, This one yielded an average body temperature of 100.2 degrees, so it was about a 1.6 degree increase, actually half of what I got with the traditional sauna. Sweat loss was about 1.4 pounds as an average, and the heart rate was only at about 118 degrees. And I think that's consistent with what the literature says, that the perceived thermal stress, or even actual physical body stress, is a bit less in the infrared, although there are some unique benefits. But where I thought things got very powerful was in using the sauna suit in that workout. Body temperature went up to 100.9 degrees, so it was higher than from the infrared condition, not quite as high as the traditional sauna. But here's where things get very interesting. Sweat loss was the greatest, and that was at 2.4 pounds. And then heart rate was also the greatest, probably not a surprise. Concluding that workout, I was at 144 beats per minute for a few seconds before that began to go down. So that is the data which I had collected, and then I'm going to come back and share with you just a few summations on those results. Okay, so the take-home message is fairly simple. We know that heat exposure and or sauna is very beneficial for health, and that's been proven consistently. But how we achieve those benefits can vary. If you don't have access to a traditional sauna or an infrared model, you can get very close in results in body temperature by using a sweaty workout. And so I used that classic vinyl suit because I happened to acquire one, but you could simply use 2 sweatsuits in a warm room, or even an outer shell, which may trap a little bit more heat. Yes, you're probably going to have to do a bit more laundry, but this does give you the ability to get some of these heat-related benefits during your exercise. And what a wonderful tool this might be during times of isolation, and when we're working out at home. You can simply spice up your routine by doing a simple circuit, one like I did or something different, and get those extra heat benefits as well. Just be sure to hydrate adequately immediately after, and you may want to make sure that your water also has plenty of electrolytes. So that's it for my experiment. I found it to be very interesting and very beneficial, and I hope that you can try this at home safely and get some good results of your own. Thanks again. This is Coach JZ signing off from the Lifetime Athlete, where science meets common sense and where you can achieve peak performance at any age.